Hi, Lynn. All right, I'm going to do your soul rebirth journey now. So we're just going to go as guided by spirit. So I'm just going to relax and then we'll see what comes, okay? Okay. So it's like the mistiness that happens when there's Niagara Falls type of scenario and then you get all that mist. So is there a waterfall? I can't really see the waterfall, but there's like this super mist that is going upward from somewhere below, like water that hits in water and then creates that mist that goes up. There's something of a silvery nature as well. I'm sort of looking at two slats. Like one is like of the vapor slat, and then the other is like the silver energy slat. And I'm kind of coming at an angle trying to like ride my horse to get to these sort of slats, but I feel kind of at a distance, but yet I know somehow that I'm already there. Nothing is too far away. There's something about really extraordinary patience, really extraordinary just understanding about, even if it takes the next 20 years, I was already there. I don't have to get anywhere. I'm already going there. I'm already being taken there. I'm already there in some sense of the way. The thing is, am I technically there? No, not necessarily, because I'm technically on a horse and I'm riding like on the side of a crazy there's like a cliffside and there's just this really crazy thin sort of narrow strip that goes around the cliffside just enough. But I'm not necessarily on a cliffside. I'm just trying to get to like silver and then the mistiness. It's amazing how I'm not there yet, but yet some part of my essence is so infinite that I have a comprehension that I am there, that all things happen in divine timing. And so therefore it already has happened. It's crazy. It's lovely. It's peaceful. It's like you could swim in these waters all day long. That's the way this feels. It's almost like water made out of silver somehow, like silver light that creates water itself. You could swim in these silver waters all day long. You would never want to go. You never want to leave them. You just want to stay there forever. Somehow I'm bringing them to me just by desiring, just by loving, just by knowing everything is already in the balance. I don't have to get to anything. It just comes to me on its own and in its own time. So this sort of water mist and this sort of silvery is blending now, and I'm experiencing not trying to get to them but being sort of embraced or surrounded by them both. So such like an awesome experience, totally experiencing silvery water energy, and it's peaceful and it's so loving and so sincere and genuine and super beautiful. I don't even know what to do. This is basically where I'm at right now. I can just stay right here. I don't want to do anything else. I'm going to stay right here. But that's just it. Somehow we already know that there's always times for sort of these ringing bells, these perfect moments. But there's times for all kinds of new perfect moments too. If all we did was become dazzled by silvery water, all we would ever know was what it was to be dazzled by silvery water. We wouldn't know what it would be like to be dazzled by something so extraordinary and different. So if we just stayed here, then this is all we would ever know. This is all we could ever appreciate. It's all really positive. It's not about thinking about, oh, what kind of, stumble is there next. That doesn't even exist here. It's what new dazzling thing can I be enchanted by next. It's a really cool way of thinking. It's a really cool way of exploring life. It's amazing. It's charming. It's beautiful. It's happy. And it never stops being happy. It's just lovely. And so it is. Just this moment with the silvery water, but I know that it's a blessing, and there's so many more blessings to be had. It's entirely what this is like. This is what it's like to be in your spiritual atmosphere. This is what you're like, Lynn. You are like this. It's like so much to aspire to. We all have so much to aspire to experience this. It's beautiful. Now it's not so much the energy that I get to feel, because I now get to see movement. How do you feel water? Water feels like this. Silver water feels like this. It makes me feel like this, as best as I could define in language. But now the feeling is shifting, so the feeling isn't the focus anymore. It's looking. Looking at the details is the focus now, and becoming enchanted by the water itself. This isn't necessarily silvery water, it's just water moving, and I'm telling you, it's delightful. Like, who would have thought, like, the waves could be perfectly creased in this way, and then pool in this area, and look this lovely, and capture this color of light, and become also part of my reflection, and have so many sounds of peaceful brook noises, and then rushing tides, and then the ocean waves, and all of this. So is it a feeling, or is it the details that create the feelings themselves? It's both somehow, but the focus is on seeing the details and the exciting details that create the joy. It's awesome. It's like, what is there next? I don't know. It just keeps getting awesomer. And so it's a moment. It's a total moment. It's great. It's like a perfect vacation. I'm not even on vacation. I'm just experiencing a moment with water, and the detail of water, and how water creates the creases, how water can be painted, how all the different ways an artist and all the different artists have captured water throughout all of time. Water in so many different artistic forms. Different colors, different ways water captures the sunset or the sunrise or the gloomy storm. But there's so many different beautiful ways that water expresses itself, and it's all so beautiful and so positive. I mean, really, actually experiencing what is water, and being so enchanted by it that the love of it itself is now, I'm trying to manifest it through paint, and then capture it just perfectly the way that water can make me feel. And now I can breathe it in, and it's not just about the way that it looks, it's not just about the colors, it's not just about the sounds, it's just not just about the energy, but it has a smell, it has a fragrance to it, like the salt water, the spray of water upon my face, the way that water can bounce off of other water and create all of this mist. Water is so majestic, and I love breathing it in. So, oh my gosh, the way this feels is like, oh wow, I don't know what to do with myself. I'm just too happy right now. I can't stop being happy. I'm actually using this as a tool, and I'm allowing this super, super high vibrational energy, this super happy. I'm just inhaling it into your spiritual atmosphere so you can really embrace it. You can really ride that horse, this super water horse. It's so beautiful. It's amazing. I want more. I want more. I'm just going to pause for a moment and experience that, and then share that with you too. This is all a part of you though as well, but together we can really enhance that joy, because I get to experience the joy with you, and then we get to share in it together, and it just gets duplicated more and more and more. How much more infinite can we make it? It's amazing. It's beautiful. It's just so amazing. It's so amazing. It's so amazing that in this instantaneous moment, you could feel like your breath taken away in awe, and everything can go silent, perfectly silent, and there's no sound at all, but you feel all that energy just around you. It's in the air we breathe. It's in the blood in our veins. We are water as well. We are just as much water as water is in the ocean, Our biological creation is water as well. When we feel things, we emotionally can cry because the feeling is so beautiful, so enchanting, or so emotional, or so deep, or very sad. This is really positive, though. This wisdom is really beautiful and meant to be felt in deep ways, but in very positive ways. Like holy water blessing you, you know? It's all about water. It's extraordinary. Where will the water take me next, you know? I don't know. It's just a peaceful moment. It's just the most blissful, most peaceful moment. Literally, is a face, the side of a face with eyes that are staring off. There's something of lots of green leafy sort of plants here. It's so peaceful. It's a beautiful nature scene. I wouldn't say it is necessarily a tropical jungle scene by any means, but it has that sort of warm flavor to the way the plants are and the way the plants grow. The air, though, is just, it's not overly hot. I feel perfect. I don't feel a strain on those physical senses, as in, oh, it's a hot day. Ooh, I'm cold out. It's beautiful outside, but boy, am I cold. You know what I mean? There's nothing of that kind. I get to just be immersed in this moment of, it's contemplation, but it's not thinking at all. It's just allowing nature to take my breath away is basically the only way I could describe it. Feeling the oneness and the connection, and now going beyond, even pushing out of the body through the heart portal, and now going beyond the heart, going beyond the third eye, going beyond all of these senses, going outside of the body while still being a body, but going beyond it and becoming one with nature, becoming one with the earth and the soils and the air and all the particles that create air, and all the leaves that are on the plants and the trees and everything that is growing in harmony with water. Everything is growing in harmony with water. We can't breathe without some water in the air. You know, we need some water. There's something to the way that water is in everything, you know. It just is something about the way this all feels. It's pushing me further and further beyond what is a human experience, because I want to be 1,000 trees growing simultaneously, inhaling this oxygen, exhaling, you know, it's just being one with the breath of life itself, experiencing the water in the ground and the soils around my roots, experiencing the sun or the moon or the stars, the night and the day, experiencing the wind, experiencing the temperatures. But it's more than that. I don't know how to describe what the more is. It is something spiritual. It's not something human felt. It is something spiritual. And it's beyond the senses. And because it is in connection with all things, in oneness with all things. How does a human experience oneness with all things? You have to go beyond human. You experience going beyond human when you're in this moment where your breath is taken away by creation itself, and then you project your creative energy beyond your own creation to become one with all of creation, all of the creations, all the animals, all the plants, all the songs that create the colors, that create the light, that create the dark, that create the shadow, that create the joy. I don't know how to define it any better than this. You're beyond your senses at this point, projected beyond this face and this body into the totality of creation, projected beyond. Through the heart, through love itself, you project beyond ego and consciousness as we understand, beyond the physical. You are touching, feeling, being one with all of these plants now. You have roots deep into the ground, and they're like toes that wiggle, but they don't wiggle at all, but they feel like they're long toes that can stretch really, really deep into the earth, and they love stretching. And the arms and the fingers that create the branches, they just love growing upward and outward and stretching further and further into the sky. It loves the tree, that is you, that is all the trees, loves to grow. It delights in creation and creative energy that inspires growth, that is so loving and so warm and healing of all around. wants to inspire you to feel your breath taken away in that way. It's breathtaking moments. Creation provides it. But I'm telling you, there's a moisture, there's a water essence about all of this. And it's part of this experience too, because it's so insanely purifying. It's so harmonious. It's so free-willed and natural. And it comes in so many different dynamic sort of chords of expression. What is a pond, a mossy pond? What is a massive ocean tide? What is, the rain that falls from the clouds? What is the emotions that come from our tears? What is the spray that pops up from the waterfall? What is the fog or the mist? All these different dynamics that water creates, and then it too creates creations itself, human beings, plants, and animals. It's everything. You are growing. You are feeling more and more growth and more stimulated by all of this love. You say that, but the love also says that. Your actions are saying that through your desire to continue to stretch and grow as all the trees, but as one tree. But as you as well. Where are the boundaries between what is your body as a human being and what is your body as all of the trees? And what is your body as the earth itself? And what is your body as the infinite ocean? What is your body of the infinite creative energy of all? What is your body? Where is the boundary between your body and love itself? That is the point. That is what this is about. Allowing, breathing, experiencing more love, and growing and growing and growing from this gift of more and more infinite radiating love. It's amazing. It's a pure, blissful, and yet purely peaceful moment. It's as if there's no sound at all. There could be all sounds and then no sounds. And both are extraordinary. It's just getting softer and softer like a whisper now. Everything feels so much softer, so much more relaxed, so much further away. It's just, everything just is beautiful. I feel like a human being again. I feel like I just went through the most amazing meditative experience, alternate state of mind and being, and now I am back into my real toes, back into my real fingers and my real brain, everything that makes me feel human again. But that doesn't mean I can't remember. That doesn't mean I'm not still a part of that infinite. It doesn't mean that still isn't a part of my real life experience. Sometimes we feel the human side, but sometimes we feel extraordinarily beyond human. And you blend those moments together and you just feel more and more and more humanly amazing. They start to make you more of a human being, make you more of an infinite human being. The more and more you project into these extraordinarily blissful, massively loving, massively healing moments, infinite moments where there is no time or distance because you are part of everything. And then you return to the human side, but you never left that. The more you do it, the more you start to feel there is no separation between them. And you could jump right back into that moment of extraordinary. Where do we begin? At the silver water? Or I don't know. But it's awesome. It's like never-ending awesome. So there's a moment of silence and a question of, well, what else? Well, what else is there? It's a perplexing moment because I feel the human side of things. And it's not as if I have to wonder, it's not as if I have to think, but sometimes we're given the sort of the platter where it's okay to be human for a little while and to not feel the super, like the super infinite. There's something about these tides of change, you know? And you still are smiling even in this moment where you are more human and thinking more, feeling more human, but you do not feel any sort of disturbing, there's no sort of disturbing element about this at all. There's no sort of anxiety or worry or question. There just is the feeling of being a little bit more human than being super infinite, beyond human, but while being human at the same time. They keep wanting me to keep going into this and to going further into the perplexing human thought realm type of experience. There's nothing unbalanced about this at all, in fact. I keep thinking about a cat meowing, a cat walking, sort of crawling across the top of a couch. There's a big window. It's a beautiful sort of, I feel really high up and I can see out forever. And the cat then too can see forever. And the cat loves to sort of stretch its body and its like cat fingers, stretch its butt up in the air and its tail out and its legs and everything. It stretches really, really good, and it's just stretching out just like the trees do. But it's in cat form. And the cat is now just stretching and then just getting really cozy on the back of this couch. The cat just feels peaceful. Its tail is just moving ever so lightly. What is it thinking about? It's not thinking about anything. It's just feeling peaceful. It just feels the moment of happiness and balance because of the snuggleness of this sort of couch and the light that comes through and the closeness to being able to see everything out the window. And it just feels perfect. And it's sort of curled in a way that it's going to take a cat nap for a little while. It just feels harmonious and in balance. It just feels like the perfect rings of vibration, perfectly separated rings of it. Just, there isn't any ill off ringed, they're perfect rings. Here's a little baby ring, here's a little bit bigger ring, here's a little bit bigger ring, and they're perfectly equidistant from each other, perfectly, a little bit perfectly rounded, more and more bigger. I don't know what it is, but it's perfect circles, perfect rings. The perfect pebble falling into the water, making perfect rings and the rings themselves are stretching out and out and out beyond, growing beyond. It's an amazing thing. I'm supposed to be in a perplexing human mind, but this is what I get. This is your perplexed human mind. It's also amazing. It's like the perfectly, like if we could all just feel this perfect in that state of perplexed human experience, it would just be a totally different world. It's amazing. Even in this human state of being, it's extraordinarily amazing. It's perfect. It's super. It's not anything but this. I don't know what else to do, I keep saying. It's because it's just mind-boggling and awesome. What else can I see that is just so amazing? I don't know. They're showing me what are rings. They're circles, but they're all the same size, and then they're all connected between like a little bead or something, and it kind of creates like a wind sort of thing that they could all sort of turn at different ways, and so the pattern of rings is a little different because of the direction the ring is going. But they also show me ballerinas are on the inside and sort of twirling with the rings. And there's something of what would be like a ballerina in one, and what would be like some amazing, I don't know, like the women who sort of go in those I don't know, really long curtain things, and they rope themselves up and they tie themselves up, and then they drop like 50 feet, and they're still somehow tied to like this massive ribbon. They just these super acrobatic people. So you have like one is a ballerina, one is like with the super ribbon, and then one is able to put their body in amazing sort of physical contortions and stand on one hand with one half of their body in one direction. We don't know how they do it, but they do it. That's what these rings are like. Different versions of just perfect balance, perfect physical balance. And it's amazing. And they love dancing in the wind. They love when the wind hits them and makes them turn. And they love dancing in the wind. They love being in perfect connection with each other, perfect distance, perfect circles. I'm telling you, there's nothing that's amazing. It's the most amazing thing I've ever. It's just awesome. I love it. I'm just waiting, and I'm just experiencing this. I'm allowed to use this awesome energy and just project beyond the heart portal through the energy of love and balance, perfect balance. It's the most beautiful feeling ever. It's exquisite. It's dazzling. It's appealing of the eyes and the senses. It's beyond human in that way. It's perfectly blissful and so worthy of reverence, and delight and gratitude and blessing. You're through this moment projecting beyond the third eye and heart, so mind and emotion, so to speak, going beyond physical as well, being in oneness with perfect balance. So we're exploring this now. It's amazing. I am allowing you to feel the awesome balance of each dancer. They're kind of their own exquisite dancer. They share their own style of artistic body movement. And that is what is filling this experience. Your spiritual atmosphere is expanding and growing you even further. It's amazing. You're able to touch it, feel it, be one with it, every part of it, every reflection. The rings, the beads between the rings, the wind itself, the dancers, the freedom, the way they all feel, the harmony, the infinite harmony of it all. Able to blend in perfect harmony with all of this. It's beautiful. It's like the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. They're showing me what is an exquisite diamond. And it's sort of perfectly cut in that way that it all this light sort of, is the light within it, or is the light bouncing off it, or what, something about golden light and perfectly cut diamond, and it's exquisite. It's amazing. I'm just dazzled by it. It creates so much balance and joy within me. The energy pattern of this symbolic diamond with gold, it's incredible. So I'm just experiencing that. There's something different to this. It's not necessarily about the dancing. It's not necessarily about the movement of the wind and the equal distance and the rings. This one is more about the perfect silence. It's about the stillness that also creates activity because the light itself touches this exquisite artifact, this exquisite piece, and this exquisite piece then makes it dazzling. It catches the light, and then it catches our senses. It makes us feel dazzled by it all. So this sort of golden light is sort of, it's basically beaming. It's like it's coming from within the diamond itself. It's not like the light is hitting it on the outside. It's like it is the light. It is creating the light. it only gives us the illusion that is coming from outside, but is actually coming from inside. It is like a reflection of your own heart. It's amazing. It's beautiful. It's like, is the light coming from outside of Lynn, or is the light coming from within Lynn? And now we just see it as the sun. I'm telling you what this is like. It's gorgeous and beautiful. It's a total blessing for me to experience this. Nobody else could be you, and nobody else could give me this experience but you. And for that, I get to, it's like the most beautiful radiating vacation experience in such beautiful radiating energy. It is amazing. I hope that it can be understood by everybody who watches this video how truly incredible this is. I hope everybody can feel this gift of energy, because it is a gift of energy that we can all embrace by choosing to feel this love and balance and bliss and gratitude and blessing. It's amazing. It's beautiful. It never stops being beautiful. Like water will never stop flowing, you know? At least these waters don't. There's no perception of anything drying out anytime soon. It's like Niagara Falls. That thing is going to be going for a while now. Like, these waters are flowing. It's amazing. It's like a miracle, you know? Because of how extraordinary and beautiful and continuously balanced it is, just like water. Always balanced. There's something new. It comes from a star in the sky, and the star blinks, and then it radiates light across the cosmos. It's like an eye blinking, or it's like winking, you know, like giving you a wink. There's something to winking, you know? It's like, what are you saying with that wink? The star is winking. It's saying something, and it's a really good thing that it's saying. It's awesome. It's a smile. It's charming. It's witty. It's really loving and sweet. It's like a really handsome man that winks at a girl at just the right time, and it makes her heart flutter. That's what this is like. It's like a really charming, handsome man, winking at you, a sort of dazzling woman. It just can't help it. That's what this reminds me of. It's beautiful. It's a breathtaking moment again. It's phenomenal. I'm okay. I try to get closer to it, but I'm okay that it is so far away. I don't feel it is far away at all. Again, it's that moment, like, I want to get to the water vapor and the silver, but I'm not trying to get there. I will just allow it to come to me when it is meant to. And so this too is a moment where I was like, oh, so charmed, so sweet, really super charming moment. It's okay that I can't get to you. I just let you come to me when the time is right. I know we'll merge together, like two water bodies merging together when the time is right. Again, it's beautiful. There's something about it. It comes with some blue and purple and sort of white and silvery swirl. And there's something of this silver color that keeps sort of radiating. Silver, but white as well. Pearl color, pearl and silver, and it's beautiful. You can't miss it. It keeps creating more and more light from a very dark, space or universe. It's dark out there, but the dark is okay. If it wasn't dark, we wouldn't be able to appreciate the stars, We can't tell that the stars are still twinkling even when the sun's up, but the stars are always there. And this star you can see clearly because of the gift of the night sky. And so now we can tell that it is winking. It's not just blinking, it's a winking. It's awesome. You're showing me something. You sort of take it as though it's sort of a puff of, like a puff of light or something. You're taking it and putting it into some sort of glass, sort of square box type. There's something of a blue essence with it, but it's not blue. It's more like a very, very dark indigo type color. you just smile all the time. There's something creative about this, creating something from gifts of love that you see or experience, capturing it in some sort of gift. It reminds you of this thing. It's somehow, it's a beautiful, whatever this is it's beautiful to look at. It's a human moment. It's a human moment. Seeing something so beautiful and wanting to hold it in the palm of your hand. Sort of like seeing the sunset and wanting to hold that moment in the palm of your hand. Seeing a beautiful star in the sky and wanting to hold that in the palm of your hand. So how, as a human being, do you hold these things in the palm of your hand? How do you actually physically hold them? It's like a human desire to hold something so precious as a memory in the palm of your hand. And through some sort of creative artwork, you accomplish that experience. And it's actually what would be, Spirit says, when you create these pieces of artwork, it is such a gift of appreciation. It tells the universe how appreciative you are for the things that you see and adore in creation. It's like the biggest thank you note you could ever give to creation itself, trying to capture creation in a way that it makes you feel like you can touch it with your own hand, things that you would not be able to touch with your own hand. It's really sweet. It's really beautiful. I don't know what this is, but it's something like, I don't know, it's like putting a dark purple color inside of a glass case. It sort of looks like, kind of has this effect to it. It's sort of ornamental. It's really pretty. You put dark purple inside, and then there's something shimmery in the center or inside of this, but then it also seems to be hanging up, and you could like put it in your window and catch light colors or something like that. It's really pretty. Whatever it is really pretty. And it's got kind of a silvery swirl to it as well. It's capturing the winking star. Everything's getting softer. I'm going to pause this for just a moment and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm ready to see what happens next. So, I'm just going to take this next section where Spirit guides us, explore a whole new horizon of things. I'm just waiting. We're exploring what is like an avenue that is always on a curvature. So we're always sort of going at a curved sort of angle is what it feels like, really, really fast, like a race car, you know, going on a really tight corner, but we always make it. There's never a time where it's not like imperfect. I mean, it's just going around the corner perfectly, really, really fast as well. But it always feels like we're going around a corner. But it's not as if we're going around in a circle. It's like we are slingshotting off all the time to a whole new horizon. Even if we're going around a corner, it's like a coil, you know? It's the infinite spiral. It's like a DNA strand. Is it a DNA strand or is it a reflection of infinite? Even this symbolizes infinite, it going into a spiral. But it's like a curvature, a constant curvature, really, really fast. I'm exploring a new space. There is something massive about this, whatever this is. It's sort of got a rumbly sort of earthquake shake with each footstep. It's really massive. There is a shadowiness that it is walking from the inside of sort of a shadowy fog. There's nothing threatening about this at all. There's nothing concerning. There's nothing that creates anxiety. It is just me standing here and exploring what is this, you know? It's amazing. I'm just watching, simply watching, sort of like an onlooker from the stars watching humanity. Human beings don't know the aliens are watching, so to speak. In this way, I am eyes watching this very enormous, whatever this is, 2 very large legs of feet, massive feet. But it's not as if the connection is we are in the same dimension or reality of each other. I watch and then I'm just curious, so to speak. I'm just enjoying watching. And I'm enjoying sort of, there's something perplexing about the way this, it's not shadow, it's more like a smokiness. So even in smoke, the way that that sort of fire dust, or I don't know how do you define smoke? What is smoke exactly? But it can create variations of color as well. And so he's sort of standing in variations of smoke color. On the other side of it, I see too that this smoke color can enter into a reflection where it's opened up like pure white curtains. I am inspired to step into the light. It's sort of pure white curtains, but it also has a smoky reflection too. And I'm curious about it, and it's positive and it's very loving. It's a good thing. There's an odd coil. It has something to do with the mental body, and so we're just pulling that odd coil. It just instantly comes out. This was a really positive, whatever, the stepping into a new zone or something. It's really interesting. It's kind of like putting my feet into whole new sand, making footprints in the sand in a way that I've never done it before. And so in that way, there is sort of an intimidation about it, but it also is delightful too. It's almost like having all of this wisdom that is so infinite and beautiful and blissful and in perfect balance. What happens when we step into a space that is unfamiliar? How do we maintain that balance, you know? And this is awesome because the delightful energy and the curiosity which creates the delight makes this quite an easy task to undertake. So we're continuing to just walk forward and to trust, to make steps, brand new steps in a way that is taking us into a whole new reflection of experience. And as we take those steps, there is a beautiful experience of just trust in the spirit realm. It's trust, but what level of trust is it? It's beyond human. I see you walking with more power in each step as you become firmly grounded into a whole new spectrum of experience. And you do quite well because of how amazingly you trust in the infinite energy and trust in love and trust in creation as well. There is a vulnerability about these new steps, but there's also so much praise and excitement about it as well. You are not afraid. You even close your eyes in a way and just brush off any feeling of concern about what could be beyond the veil of whatever this is. But it's amazing because of how good you are at staying balanced with love and trust in the infinite realm. It's a natural experience for you. This is a real scene to ask you if you know about your power. about your inner power and what you are capable of. When you take this joy, this amazing sensation of joy, can you take it into an unknown space with you and stay aligned in that power? Can you do that? You're doing very well at it, watching you in this scene. And totally new steps. They keep saying whole new steps. I'm supposed to let go and allow and experience what is the sensation of vulnerability to whole new things. That feels a lot better. It's amazing because the concern about new things created the need to hold on to everything that I had, like a safety blanket. But when I just allowed myself to say, you know what, it's okay to feel vulnerable, suddenly there was nothing to even feel vulnerable about in the first place. And I start to discover that I'm already connected with everything. I can go back to the experience of being all of the trees at any time that I want. I can go back to this sort of silvery water. I can go and capture the sunset or the water in a painting or the sunset in a... There's something to this. It's okay to feel like a fish out of water sometimes, because it helps to simulate everything that you have learned, all that you have conquered, all that you have discovered, and do it in a whole new way. This is a positive, good thing. It's great because whatever this giant is, it creates a little bit of a rumble on the feet, right? So you get a shimmy shakes kind of experience. And even that kind of is like the way that we can feel doing new things can give us a bit of a shake up, right? But you're incredibly balanced and you're quite strong with with all the lessons that you have conquered so far. They're like your super library that you can always go back to look for the volume to help you through this, or the experience that helps you through that. They're wanting me to keep walking. They don't want me to analyze, they just want me to speak. So I'm just going to keep walking. I'm walking upstairs. I'm seeing a pathway. It is both in the light and in the dark. In the shadow, I walk along the pathway. The platform is sort of, where is it? It's in a sort of, there's no air here. There's no up or down, right or left. There's just an infinite space. But you're standing upright, walking upstairs, and there's sort of a shadowy that creates like a platform. And there's also these sort of curtains of light. And there's some odd sort of versions of light kind of in this space as well. There's vulnerability in the feet as you continue to walk along this pathway. There's some uncertainty. Sort of looking at an odd nose like a rabbit is sort of sniffing things out. A rabbit that is sensing something and then runs for the hole. To be on the safe side. This time you need to keep walking. You are quite a bright light and a super shining star in the sky. What do you have to be afraid of in any space that may be dark? You are the light. Why would you feel vulnerable? Why would you ever fear? See how powerful in love you are? See how strong and grounded in love you are? You are love. You are all of the most beautiful things that we've seen. You are the diamond that creates the golden light that comes from within, that creates the light on the outside as though it is coming from the sun when really it is coming from your own heart. You need to hold on to that. Hold on to these truths, because these truths are the truth about you. Don't you know this about yourself? You're continuing to walk. I encourage you to not feel fear because this is an odd new pathway for you. So there's some vulnerability in this. And there's nothing to be afraid of here at all. I'm even walking with you, but I'm invisible. I'm like a spirit guide speaking to you and encouraging you to keep going. You're doing great. There's nothing here to be afraid of. It's an exciting new pathway that opens up new doorways to experiencing new dazzling things that are also reflections of you. Sometimes we gotta have the vulnerable moments in order to appreciate the most dazzling ones. But this really has no need for vulnerability. It is new though, and it feels new. It feels like something new is in the air. Something new is touching me and creating more light within me. You're pausing for a moment and you're starting to discover who you are again. Saying, this new moment is creating more light within me, so I can experience more of the dazzling things that I love, that I could continue to be a reflection of that for others and for myself, for all. I'm telling you, it's super beautiful. It's really awesome. You having this moment is you regaining your power instantaneously. And it helps give you confidence and keep walking. There's a new doorway. You're stepping up a very sort of, it's kind of like contemporary art that you're walking on. And so you're stepping up sort of like around a step, but it's not angled, it's curved. And then you step up it, and now you're at a new sort of version, and you're walking up a pathway. It's not flat, it's just moving upward ever so slightly. But there's all this sort of curved, I don't know, it's like a curved archway that almost creates a circle. And there's some weird sort of like lines, random lines out there. And then some weird like sparkle dust. And there's sort of a horizon that's like gold and cream and with some black specks in it and some silver. And then on a black pathway. It's kind of cool. It's like really funky contemporary art or something. You're being asked by the spirit realm to explore manifesting more than one pathway. So you're walking on one pathway straight ahead, ever so slightly moving upward, right? And so you're asked to manifest infinite pathways, manifest pathways in all directions, to be the point in the center of the sphere, to be the infinite point that all things are created from and by, or be connected with all times, places, all emotions, consciousnesses, alien beings, human beings, animals, plants, everything, every creation, air particles, light, all of that. To be the pinpoint in the center of it all, to be where all things are manifested from, to have all things be manifested from your very heart, to feel that infinite, that you feel you are the creation, that all creations are connected to, the pinpoint, where it all begins. It's cool. You are exploring this expression of experience and identity. You are not certain how to project beyond your body in order to conquer this, because to conquer it, you have to go into the pinpoint of the infinite. You have to go into the pinpoint that is your infinite reflection. It has a space within the heart. So you have to go into the diamond itself. You're in a state of extraordinary contemplation, on a spiritual level even. Obviously, the higher self doesn't have to contemplate anything. It already is in the infinite oneness. So this version, though, is like a very high spiritual pitch. in contemplation of itself and of its identity and of its choices and direction, of its reflection. It's asking not the question I am, it's not saying I am, so to speak, it is saying who am I? Who am I? Not I am, as in I am infinite, but saying who am I? Actually exploring it from the other way around, really contemplating the reflection, all parts of it, every part of the reflection that creates you. Every sound, every color, every emotion, every thought, every feeling, not just this lifetime, all the lifetimes, all the times in between lifetimes, all the future lifetimes and past and present and the now moments and the everything. And going through it like a supercomputer, filing through every little color and thought and moment and everything. That's why it's just such on a super infinite spiritual level. I'm coming down to you as you are literally sitting on this dark pathway and you are sort of legs crossed, Indian style sort of thing. And you are in contemplation. And as you contemplate around you, it sort of creates an orb. This dark pathway isn't evil or dark or shadowy. It just is black. Black is a very good color. It teaches us a lot of things. And this happens to be the color of the pathway you're sitting on. You are feeling your memories of water returning, and they're starting to surround you. And they're surrounding you and then creating an orb of energy around you as you sit. You are inhaling water itself as an energy. You are feeling refreshed by it, as refreshed as anybody could feel with a cold glass of water on a hot day. You feel refreshed by it, you feel purified by it, you feel in balance with it. You feel totally reset. You blend more with water, and water then defines you. You start to swirl some and you lose the reflection of physicality and you become even like water itself. And you're starting to spiral upward like a coil. But it's a spiral, it's kind of got in a slant. You are stretching invisible hands and wings outward. You are just the spiral of sort of water energy. You are diminishing this entire scene. In that way, you are growing beyond this, whatever this reflection is. You are allowing this to be dismantled. You show me the components, the primary component colors are black and gold. You are quite in a state of activity and confidence, and it is time, kind of voice or energy. It is time now. You are taking it apart as though it was made out of like Lego blocks. But you're not doing anything with your hands. It's like Lego blocks and fast forward really, really quickly. Like everything is sort of like a dismantling. But at the same time, it still has a presence, but it is what was type of thing. You become more vibrant. Not so much I can see the physicality of a water energy spiral, but now I'm starting to see the physicality of this massive angel reflection. And it is going above and beyond whatever this was. You are really strong and confident, and you radiate light. It just is you. You just are it. You just are this illumination. It couldn't be anything but that or anything else. I mean, it's just infinite illumination that has kind of a water effect to it. This has no value. This is part of what was. You are growing beyond whatever that was. You keep saying it is time now. And it is time to move beyond this. You just say it is time now. And you literally are sort of rising up. So this thing is dismantling, right? In a reflection, it is dismantling. In another reflection, it is still a part of the infinite. Nothing ever gets deleted in the infinite universe. So you're just now rising above it. Your massive, even growing, outstretched wings seem to be getting wider, arms getting longer, body getting more expanded. More light is coming from you. You are a beacon of our attention. You are absolutely... It's just... Anybody who would gaze upon you would be instantly healed and just like... you are breathtaking. You take our breath away. You are the radiating thing that we are now in such awe of. We can't even find ourselves because you have taken our breath away in that way. You are the radiating pinnacle of all. We can't not see you. We can't not be breathtaken by you. We can't not be in awe. We can't not feel absolutely extraordinary in this way. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. It is more beautiful than the diamond and the gold and the silver water and the winking star and capturing a memory in the palm of your hand. And it's more beautiful than all of the tides and all of the reflections of water and all of the paintings that have ever been created and, for ingratitude of water itself. You are more beautiful than all of those things. And in that way, we are all just what is like jaw-dropping. Lots of people like, oh my gosh, it's you. That's what this moment is. You are the radiating thing. You are the breathtaking thing. This is you going beyond being breathtaken by everything around you, now being that which is breathtaking. That's what is said here. You being that which is breathtaking. How do you go from being breathtaken by everything, being grateful, being so honored by all, now turn the tables, now be the reflection of what you see as breathtaking? You are that which is breathtaking. How do you come out and show us all this and provide this blessing to us all? How do you do that? This is part of this new pathway. This is part of, it is time to dismantle the Lin that is breathtaken by everything. You still are that Lin, but now to be the Lin that is breathtaking to us all, that we see you. We see the real, extraordinary, illuminating, super water illuminating angel. How do I describe it? It's light that is water. And it's extraordinary. It touches all of us and we are instantly healed by it. We're instantly healed by you. Would you believe that you had that ability, though? As a human being, it is time to go beyond the humanness into a whole new range of spectrum of being. To be who and what you truly are. And then to touch all of our lives with that. Because we want to be touched by you. We want to hold your memory in the palm of our hands. Paint your picture. Create a beautiful piece of artwork we can hang in our window that catches the light and reminds us of you. Of this time when you. I'm telling you, that is what is there being said right now. And it's a big deal. And you need to be very proud of yourself. You need to know how big of a message this is and how many reasons you have to feel so happy and so honored in your own heart by who and what you are. It's a lot to conquer and to be you, your reflection. It's amazing. You're going beyond the structure of what this is, and you are just being you, which is this radiating angel water light, super massive angel, super infinite, so beautiful and breathtaking. You could not miss it. It is like the star that we all can see. Oh, beyond all other stars, you would want to see this one. We're in the moment of you. We are in the moment of you, still experiencing your breathtaking rays of light and love and energy and healing and just marvelousness. It's beautiful. It's such a gift to experience it. This isn't just a pretend world. This is a real world. This is a real experience. This is real. How do you take real of this kind and put it into our reality so we all can truly experience this version of a profound spiritual moments like this? You are still rising up. There is something of a very dark purple color as well. It's got a little more red to it though. So it's just an extremely dark red color, but it kind of has a purplish effect. It's more and more red, it gets more and more red, really dark red. And it's sort of outlining you in a really thick way. You're getting brighter and more illuminated. This dark red light is starting to turn into a circle entirely around you as a massive white, bright, illuminated angel on the inside. We only see the colors of white and then dark red now. And there's just a circle. And we're just looking up at it. It almost it's like it's a coin or something. It really has the effect of being a coin that is really massive as we're looking at it in the sky, but then it becomes really small and just sort of falls in onto like a table, and then it moves in that way that coins move when they just sort of dropped or they were spun a little bit and then sort of fell. I'm taking this coin and I'm looking at it. I just see an angel on the coin. It's not like you would see a president on a coin. This coin, you see an angel on the coin. The coin is representing the angel. That is you. And so we just see that. I mean, it's like I'm looking at a penny with you on it. You can't mistake it. Imagine if all of our money was changed to just have angels on them. What a strange thing. I'm still looking at it. I'm questioning it. Does it have financial value? Is it a symbol? Is it a button? Is it a coin? What is it exactly? I'm exploring the meaning of this. I go up to the version of you in the sky, the big version, and I go up to you with the coin version, and I'm asking you to show me more. You want me to let go of that, so I just let it go, and we just let go of everything that has a reflection of earthly things, I guess you could call it, and we just continue to go up in vibration. We are holding each other's hands on the other side, looking into each other's faces, but yet we have no faces and no hands and no bodies, so to speak. It's just where everything is being let go. Even the sort of formulation of what creates light, white and red, and the sort of everything. We're just letting go of everything. We're just blending into the stars now. We're blending into the whole total universe. We're just letting go of everything, even our densities. Everything is being let go of. Like literally what would be like a human being, and we're letting go of our toes and our feet and our ankles and our legs but it's not like they're just plopping off, they're just dissolving. And they're dissolving very quickly. The higher we go up, everything, density is just dissolving more and more and more. And so we're just pure light bodies. Completely letting go of the reflection of density. We're letting go of reflection of what is the creation of reasons to feel vulnerable, or reasons to feel afraid or not afraid, or feel. It's just letting go of all of that, continuing to rise up and beyond. All that is a reflection of the need to have emotions or feel. That's part of our experience as a human being. But as an infinite soul, we can let go of those things. It's not as if we don't feel, because we can always feel if we choose. We let go of that vibration, the feeling that helps us define our experience. We are experiencing all things simultaneously. No needs for thoughts either, or perplexing moments. No need to hold a memory in the palm of our hand. We don't have hands. We are just part of all the stars in the sky. And we continue to go up, up, up and away, and we continue to let go. Let go of more, more, more. More energy that sort of defines our humanity, our humanness. Even as light bodies, continuing to let go of all the reflections that inspired us to feel human. Because we are not to feel human anymore. We are to feel something else, beyond human. What would we define that as? What would that feel like? What would that be like? What would that do? We're just letting go, still. It's amazing because as we let go of all of these things, even emotion, we're still laughing. We're actually we're super high up, letting go of everything. There's nothing left. When there's literally nothing left, we just start laughing. It's like we didn't let go of our laughter. I guess we still had one thing left to do. Let go of our laughter. But that's the whole point. We let go of everything. There's nothing else to do but laugh. It's a perfect moment. And so we're just laughing in this infinite way. We're all the stars in the sky just laughing. I guess that's what makes them wink at us, because they know something we don't know. They know how to laugh all the time. How to let go of all of the burdens and just find laughter is the very last thing there is left. All the stars know this, because when you let go of everything, you become one with all the stars. That's really cool. It's an amazing moment. We're so happy. I mean, we're beyond emotion, because all there is left to feel is just insane bliss and such superior happiness. I mean, there's nothing else here but bliss. What else is there left? Pure love. Pure love. Pure, insatiable, unimaginable, blissful love. There's nothing else left. So we just start laughing. And we're starting to find a state of peace now. We just feel in that state of peace. It just feels amazing. It's like we did it. Like a high five moment. Like the best high five moment ever. Looking back at all of that we've accomplished and saying we did it. We don't know how we did it, but we did. We did do it. We don't even know anymore what we did, because we let it all go. And so we just start laughing. But yet we know, because our hearts always remember. Our hearts remember everything. Every reason why we need to be happy all the time. To let go of anything that is not even worthy of any other emotion. only thing worth experiencing is the bliss and joy and balance and perfection. I don't even like to say the word perfection, perfect, because of what that can mean to a human being. But when you understand it in an infinite way, it's something else to be. I don't know how to define perfection in that way. It's a very positive term. I mean it in a very positive way. It's just the most incredible balance is the only way I could describe it. We're not speaking in language. We are sort of just invisible bodies with stars shining through us, basically, and we're sort of sitting cross-legged. You're on one side, we're just looking at each other, and we're in the infinite universe. We let everything go. We're even beyond laughter now. We're just in a state of peace, and we're just thankful for each other. There's nothing left now but this pinpoint in the center of a sphere. Just us two merged as one pinpoint in the center of a sphere. It's really cool. How many us's can there be merged in the center? Merged in the pinpoint in the center of a sphere. But right now it's just you and I in a pinpoint in the center of a sphere. It feels like from our hearts project every creation, every water droplet, every dream ever had, every love ever shared, desired, touched, felt, experienced. From our hearts, all things are manifested. It's neat because we have a right to say that. As human beings, we may feel otherwise, but in this state of being, we understand. We're all in the center, the pinpoint in the center of a sphere. We are all where all things are created from. We are that. And we are experiencing the joy of that moment together. All the horses, all the chickens, all the worms on a rainy day, all the droplets of rain, all the particles of air, all the clouds, all the stars, all the energy, all the feelings, all simultaneously experienced. It was so worth it to dismantle that space and move beyond it. It was so worth it to decide that it is time now for you to be breathtaking. For you to be that which is breathtaking, because that is what you are. And when you go beyond that, it is purely spiritual and infinite. Thing is, when you are the reflection of that which is breathtaking, there is no ego in that. There is only you being who and what you truly are. You not resisting, you not second guessing, you not saying, well, I'm not that awesome. No, you just being exactly who and what you are is that, which is breathtaking. And it becomes a gift that we all rejoice in. We couldn't rejoice in this moment. We couldn't want to hold the memory in the palm of our hand if you did not choose to be that, which is breathtaking, that which is what you truly are. Who am I? You are that which is breathtaking. But do you know that about yourself? Can you step into that and turn around and show us that? Now, can you do that? You are meant to do that. You are meant to do that. Somewhere in that state, there is a state beyond it. And it just feels like everything in a single moment. All of the thoughts ever had, feelings ever felt, dreams ever dreamt, everything in a single moment. That too is what is within your heart. That too is within your heart and now projected beyond your heart, so that you can appreciate the sunset, which is actually the light coming from you, not the light coming from the sun. It comes from inside of you. It's really neat. There's just a pause as this energy just continues to generate through your body, your infinite reflection, your spiritual atmosphere. Different levels of consciousness. The human consciousness level, the raising of human consciousness level, now letting go of ego or human consciousness to being that which is breathtaking, really showing off in a way your unique vibration in all the vibrations of creation, your unique reflection. But then to go beyond that is the oneness of all. To be in the oneness. The thing is, what is the difference between that which is breathtaking in this moment within the pinpoint? And then what is the difference between all of that and being a human consciousness and then a human consciousness trying to ascend beyond it? They're all taking place within the pinpoint. And they're all taking place within all the moments, only yet it is in a single simultaneous moment that feels like time and distance and physicality and humanistic experiences and wanting something and accepting that, all things happen when they are meant to, allowing the dream to come to you instead of you continuing to try to go to it. It will just manifest when it is meant to. There is a question mark and where we will go next as we are in the super state in the pinpoint where we are all the stars in the sky. What will we do next from here? Shall we just stay in the pinpoint for all eternity, or shall we project beyond it and explore different versions of consciousness? That is what our souls love to do, is to be parts of the infinite consciousness, to love and appreciate, to rejoice in the moments that are human, the moments that feel beyond human, and in those miraculous times where we can be that which is breathtaking. And then sometimes where we can experience the pinpoint again, where all things are remembered, the connection of all is part of that conscious experience, but it is only one consciousness, it is all the consciousnesses. It's amazing. It's beautiful and it's so worthwhile. It's charming. It's like seeing a star in the sky wink at you. And you know that behind that star there's a most handsome prince. There's something about that sweeping you off your feet. It's charming, it's romantic, it's intimate, it's purely loving, it's witty, it's funny, but it's smart and intelligent. It gets it before you got it, but it loves it that you're getting it too. It's okay. I don't know what it is, but it's awesome. Whatever that wink is, it's probably my favorite part. It's just a peaceful moment again. The question is, what do we do now? Shall we stay in the pinpoint forever, or shall we experience life? Shall we go put our feet into our toes again? Should we put our star bodies inside of our toes and our feet and our legs and our knees and our hips and our shoulders and our heads? Shall we start to manifest density? Shall we become one with the experience of density again? Shall we just go back and do it all over again? Shall we high-five it all over again at some other time when we've forgotten about the last time we high-fived? It's really amazing. So it's like we are traveling through all of the scenes as though we are in the future, and now going back in time in that way to become in this time, in this space, in this experience. It's crazy because it feels like we were in the future. Now it feels like everything is rewinding back, and now we're just on a horse trying to get to the mist and the silver again. It's like, was it all just a dream? But it wasn't. It was all real. Everything has already happened, and it's a very good thing, and it's all very beautiful, and it happens in every one of the most dazzling moments that captivate us. Every time the sun sets, every time we watch the ocean waves, every time we feel the breeze upon our face, every time, our wind catchers are just perfectly aligned or not aligned, dancing in the wind or not dancing. When we look at the stars, we're still sort of, the energy is just really high right now. And we're just still in the pinpoint while we're also simultaneously reliving all the moments, while also simultaneously experiencing human, all these different consciousnesses. I'm going to pause and separate from everything, and then we'll see if Spirit has anything additional to share, okay? I'm separating more and more. You say, I'm going to stay in the pinpoint for a while. I want to stay in the pinpoint for a while. And I say, I'm happy to hear that. I would stay in the pinpoint with you forever. But there's some reason why I must go back to being human again. We seem to both understand, and you show me that another version of truth, I never left the pinpoint. Just some version of myself chose to be human consciousness again, in order to reevaluate all the spiritual profoundness that I've just experienced as a human being. You say it's okay to evaluate spiritual experiences as a human being. That is part of the fun of being human. From going from an infinite soul and now merging with the human consciousness, it's fun to be overwhelmed by the spirit realm. It's fun to be dazzled in that way where other consciousnesses couldn't experience being dazzled because of their consciousness doesn't feel overwhelmed by the totality. Our consciousness can feel overwhelmed by the totality. And that's what makes it fun. You keep saying that to me. That's what makes it fun, Abby. From the pinpoint, that's what makes it fun. Is I'm going way back down to being human again. And I'm waving at you, and you're like, but you're still here. And we're both waving at me. And it's like, yeah, you're right. That's what makes it the most fun. To incarnate as a human being, to be completely confused, lost, perplexed. But in that way, you can experience true profoundness, to see things as miracles that would otherwise not be seen as a miracle. Because to us, things can be extraordinary. Spiritual things can be really, really extraordinary. And we don't even know the words. We don't even know how to describe it. We don't know how to hold it in the palm of our hand. That's all I have to share. You're just staying in the pinpoint. And that's great. I'm just disconnecting from your spiritual atmosphere. I'm going to be laughing to myself all day now. Being in your spiritual atmosphere looks like this. It's totally beautiful. It's totally memorable. It's all different. Everybody's different. It was really so spiritual and so high vibration and so pure and so loving and so accepting and so balanced. It's really amazing. Thank you, Lynn, for this phenomenal experience, and thank you for your willingness to share this so we can all experience that. All right. For those of you watching, if you're interested in exploring a soul rebirth journey with me, I would love to connect with you. Please visit my website at abbynormalswisdomquest.com. Thank you for watching, and thank you for supporting my channel.